Southampton won, Manchester City won. Good game, this one, Janusz, but that's twice in their last three visits now to the South Coast that City haven't won. But unlike in July 2020, they get a point this time. Should they have had three?
Yeah, they've created enough chances, I suppose. So it's Southampton, where they're still ahead, right? I mean, the turning point, I think it was like the 53rd minute. Remember, Armando Broja went one-on-one, Laporte with a great tackle. I think it was a subsequent corner kick, and Broja had a header from half a yard that he had onto the post. I'm still not sure how that happened, but I think if they score that, look, with City, it's still no guarantee that at 2-0 they would have seen it through. But, it's just one of those games, I suppose. I think we always knew that Manchester City are going to drop points somewhere here. It's just a question of how many, and can the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea take advantage? And that is still questionable.
The lead is 12. Liverpool do have 2 games in hand. Pep won't be losing any sleep over a result like this, not with a performance like City produced, will he?
No, he will not. Look, I mean, you just chip away at the lead, I suppose, when they give you an advantage, right? Liverpool, you got to beat Palace. You're down to 9 points, right? I think they have a game against Leeds. That's the one they have to win at Anfield. Could have been 6, but we don't know what's going to happen in between, because I look at Manchester City and they'll say to themselves, other than Fulham in the cup, it's Brentford at home next time and Norwich away. Not impossible that it's going to be 6 points for Manchester City. So I don't think you start looking at the math this early. I think Liverpool and Chelsea have bigger things to worry about at this moment, because it's a big lead.
I hesitate to be critical here, because City are the best team in the league and right now by some distance. But for all the chances they create, and some of the football they play is free-flowing, it's phenomenal football, they miss a few chances, don't they? Whether it's Raheem Sterling or whatever. Are they clinical enough for you in front of goal to be thought of, when we look back in 10, 20 years' time, as one of the best Premier League champions?
Mark, they already are. I mean, it's remarkable what they're doing. Remarkable. I mean, they have 55 points right now. There's still 45 to gain. Remember, I mean, 2017 and 18, they had 100 points. I mean, they're on course for that. I'm not saying they're going to get it, but if they get into high 90s, and they've done that already, remember that season with Liverpool 98, and, look what they're doing. I think it's absolutely crazy. I can't wait to see, look, I mean, it's easy to say, well, City dropped the points. Okay, so it happens, right? But what they are doing right now, this season and some of the previous seasons, it's absolutely crazy good. Make zero mistake about that. And, credit to Saints, because they saw it through. They could have won that game or score goals, but let's be honest here. I mean, for me, even though Mohamed Salisu was incredible, a tower of, for me, that's a penalty. That's a penalty on Kevin De Bruyne, and VAR didn't see it. I think Romeo was there, but I think the contact there was contact inside the penalty area, if not at least on the line. And the game changes. We're talking differently here. So could they have scored more goals? I suppose they scored plenty. If you look over the years, they just score goals for fun.
The problem that they've got is they've got such a high standard, and they play so well that when they don't get the result, even though the performance was excellent, it is noticeable. But I think Southampton maybe got away with it in a 60-second spell in the second half. That challenge, which looked like it was on the line, and then the effort from Stuart Armstrong. What was your take on that? Because VAR was involved for both incidents.
It's when I think even in the commentary, when you slow it down, studs up, I think it was a normal challenge. To me, it was an orange card, as we often say it. I'm glad that it wasn't a red card. I didn't see anything there, was that excessive force just because you see studs up? But if it was given, I don't think I would be arguing necessarily, because it was a high challenge. But from my experience as a player, I think it's just one that you're going for the ball, you're hoping you're going to get there first. And did you endanger the player? I don't know. Not for me anyway, but I'm sure I'm going to get a good argument from some.
Of course, total subjectivity. When Mohamed Salah was playing as well as he was playing earlier this season, we were saying, is there a better player in world football right now? How well is Kevin De Bruyne playing right now? And is there a better player in his position playing in Europe right now?
What position is that? That's my question.
Well, that's the big thing.
Look, I mean, he's in midfield. He can play false nine. We all know that Kevin De Bruyne is an incredible, incredible footballer, and he's had a difficult season, right? I mean, it hasn't been healthy and all that, but yeah, I mean, this season you have to give it to Mohamed Salah. I don't see it. There's been seasons before that where he was unplayable, Kevin De Bruyne, that is, and there's going to be seasons after this one. So, comparison between the two players a little bit differently. They play a little bit differently. At this moment, I'm still giving it to Salah, but you can see Kevin De Bruyne just coming back into that form that can make him the best in the world again.
I don't think we're comparing like for like here with De Bruyne and Salah, because Salah's more advanced, comes in off the right-hand side. De Bruyne's a little bit more withdrawn. So for someone in that position, he is back to his best. And it takes a while. This is what people don't really see, that just because someone's back in a team, it's still going to take another couple of months before you reach that game play that he's capable of.
Well, absolutely, and on top of that, he's in a perfect environment. In team, right? I mean, just think about it. If you were to put Mohamed Salah at Manchester City, he'd be just as good, right? I mean, so they benefit from their teammates as well.
Final question, Janusz. I know you watch a lot of European football. You're across most of it as far as the Champions League is concerned. Is there a better team in Europe right now that are in the Champions League still than Manchester City?
Maybe not now, but that doesn't matter, right? I mean, it's going to matter when it all starts in February, I suppose. And everybody's working hard on getting the players. So Manchester City, again, one of the favorites, but they haven't proven it. And I don't know if they are as well equipped for European football as they are for the pace of the Premier League, because it's not always played that way. It's something that they can count on. Teams very often don't open up as they do in the Premier League. And of course, there's quality in Real Madrid. You know that Bayern Munich, once they get their band together, is going to be one of those teams that's so difficult. And, quite frankly, you've mentioned to me the scoring, and I don't want to go back to the false nine necessarily, but I think it's worth mentioning, right, that it's good to have a Robert Lewandowski or Karim Benzema or Leo Messi or players like that, where you can almost count on the goals as well, right? When it matters, these players do show up, and they have proven it in Europe. And that's something that Manchester City is going to have to prove to us.
Even the best teams have days where they don't get what they hope for. That was one of them at Southampton for Manchester City. I don't think Pep will lose too much sleep over that one, but for Southampton and Salisu in particular, that was a hard-earned point at St Mary's.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.